Did you know Brent is one of the worst affected places in the UK by the housing crisis? One part of the problem is we've got private landlords selling up and leaving the rental market because of rising mortgage costs. There's been a 41% decline in private rental listings since 2017, combined with a 50% decline in 4-bed properties. At the same time, there has been a rapid rise in the number of people experiencing homelessness. In the last 3 years, we've had a 23% increase in the number of applications from homeless households, and today, it's more than 7,300. That's 140 households becoming homeless every single week. This has resulted in over 2,000 households living in temporary accommodation, more than 900 of whom are in emergency B&B accommodation. This can mean families living in a single room in cramped accommodation, sharing kitchens and bathrooms with other families for months on end. And because the housing emergency leaves many families competing for the same pool of homes, it often means that we're forced to use accommodation that's outside the capital. Cramped conditions in temporary accommodation can create and worsen health problems and affect the health and well-being of children in particular. That's how we know that living in temporary accommodation isn't a good long-term solution. Sadly, there's also no guarantee that you'll receive permanent housing in Brent. There are currently 34,000 households on our social housing waiting list. That's nearly 1 in 10 of all Brent residents. Some families have been on the list since the last century, and only an average of 650 social homes become available each year, with 40% of them being 1-bed properties. Even though Brent has been leading the way in building new homes, with the second highest number of new builds completed out of all the London boroughs over the past 10 years, put simply, supply cannot cope with this surge in demand. The average wait time for a 2-bed home is more than a decade. For 4-bed properties, the wait is over 20 years. If you're homeless, your best option is to find a place you can afford in the private rental sector as quickly as possible. Regrettably, most private rental properties in London are becoming unaffordable. Rather than wait for years in temporary accommodation, we can work with you to find a more cost-effective property outside of London, where rents remain more affordable. We can help you to secure a rental property in a place that's affordable to you. If needed, we can financially help you to secure a rental home. We can talk to your landlord for you, and we can support you to move into your new neighbourhood. We know that relocating to a new area may seem daunting. There are school and work moves to think about, as well as changes to your commute. But we'll help you to find a place you can afford to end your homelessness. We'll support you and your family with the option to change location and help to make your move into your new home as easy as possible. We can only make you a one-time offer of a home in the private rental sector to end your homelessness. Sadly, there is a high probability that it will be outside of London due to the lack of affordable housing. With only a small supply of council homes, most routes lead to the private rental sector. So take control of your housing situation today and work with us to find a home you can afford. For more help and support, visit us here or click on the link above.